So, today we are here in another episode of ERAΘΜUS,
the amazing podcast that combines Athens and Erasmus, the two best things.
ever. On the microphones, Nikos Dionysatos.
And Iasonas Kolyvas.
And today we have the UK episode. It's time for Britain to rule the world again. Rule Britannia.
Drum roll.
Drum roll. And today we have
Eleanor Robson with the big British comeback.
she's gonna make us feel like shameful about our level of English. Totally.
No, I don't
And
think so.
the accent, yeah.
I have no leg to stand on here, so.
Yeah. Okay. So, Eleanor, tell us about yourself. Where did you study, back home, and what do you study here? What did you study back home as well?
Yeah. So I study in Oxford, and I'm studying philosophy and modern Greek, which is the reason that I'm here, the latter part of that joint honours degree. But it means that here I actually don't do all that much studying. So we have slightly different requirements, which means, here I take 2 courses, kind of just whatever I want. I'm doing one philosophy one, it's political philosophy, which I'm fairly unfamiliar with, but really enjoying. And one about digital literacy in AI and media or something, I don't know, but it's really good fun. So that's what I'm doing here.
Great. And so it looks like there are people who study modern Greek in other countries. Like, huge surprise.
And
who would have expected that?
Yeah, and besides that, they come for exchange in Greek-speaking countries, as he said. And I'm like, there are 2 countries that speak Greek.
Okay, let me clear this up. When we say there are people who study modern Greek, there really aren't. There are 2 of us in our year at Oxford. Bearing in mind this is a big year. Normally, average is somewhere between 1 and 2. There are some years where there are none. So it's pretty small. People within my university don't know it's an option.
But is it a faculty? Is it a separate department?
Yeah, we have a sub-faculty all to ourselves, modern Greek department. But it's because it's so small, it's a really nice, tight-knit community. So
we
we're
have
always
conquered Oxford, guys.
Yeah,
it's real.
we've made it.
If you consider that conquering Oxford, sure. But you see, in one of the biggest universities in the world, there is 2 people.
And also,
okay, no, it's a good start. It's a good start.
And it is the only university in the UK that offers modern Greek. So I
it's
should
a modest
say that.
start, but it's still decent.
It's a start.
You planted the seed. You're infiltrating.
We're like aliens, we have infiltrated the institutions.
Now, if it didn't exist, I would not be surprised. But now that it exists and it's 2 people, it sounds worse. I think. But okay. Irrespective of that, I think we don't need to ask why she chose Greece. Why not Cyprus? Huh? Why?
Well, actually, the other boy who's come here for Erasmus, he's here for this semester, but he's going to Cyprus actually in February or March.
Okay.
But that's because he has a friend from there.
He's not gonna he's not gonna survive the accent. I'm sorry, the Cypriot dialect. It's
we don't even understand.
No, it's quite different. We had some lessons on it back in Oxford, which was very interesting. But they are really 2 different languages.
The thing is that oftentimes Cypriots try to speak Greek from the mainland, and they are understandable, but it's very obvious that they speak Cypriot Greek. Mm-hmm. And I used to think that is Cypriot Greek, but no, that's them trying to speak Greek. When they speak amongst each other, we have no idea what they're saying. It's incredible.
But it's still the same language.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, of course. Imagine it like Cockney English, something like this.
Yeah.
So, okay. Also an interesting thing would be that post-Brexit, you're not an Erasmus student. You're doing exchange year, but
that's exactly what I was going to ask. Yeah.
Yeah, slightly different requirements. So the university's requirements are that I'm in a Greek-speaking country, Greece or Cyprus, for minimum 6 months. But they don't really care what you're doing while you're out here. As long as you can say you've been doing something and make it look sufficiently presentable on paper, they're happy. We have some kind of funding. It's slightly different from Erasmus funding, but Yeah, and maybe it'll become easier. We're having some new laws put in place about making travel easier for young people, but at the moment it's a bit of a pain, and it was a bit of a pain to sort out coming over here.
Okay, so we will plan this episode to be in Greek too, right? Right?
Wrong.
Wrong.
So that you can present it. No, okay.
Yeah, present to the Greek-speaking world. The process of.
No, I mean back home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What? All 6 students at the university are really
Exactly.
care about it.
6.
We're multiplying.
No, 2 in my year, but there are different years. Yeah.
Okay.
It's huge.
It's a huge thing.
It's a cultural phenomenon. Like, yeah.
It's becoming viral in the UK, slowly but surely. Okay, so you came here.
I did.
Huh?
I did. Yeah.
And what did you see? What did you like here? About like sites and again, we don't allow the Acropolis as an answer.
Yeah.
We want something more spicy.
Okay, spicier answer. Not too spicy. I went to the National Museum of Contemporary Art. That was really cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. And I think Greece does contemporary or modern art very well. Really enjoyed it. And I hadn't really appreciated modern art in the way that I enjoyed, that museum trip. That was really good fun. And actually, I've been meaning to go back because I felt like I didn't really see everything I wanted to see and absorb there. Also had a really enjoyable day trip to Delphi, which was amazing. Yeah, obviously not quite Athens, but...
Okay. You went to the epicenter of the world.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, for those who don't know, in Greek mythology,
no?
yes, Delphi is the center of the world.
The belly button of the world.
Literally.
Literally, like,
Yes.
according to the ancient Greeks.
Omphalos, like she said, yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, you went to Delphi, but have you been also to some islands around Athens, maybe, like outside of Athens? Like a British person like Faliraki or like Zante, to drink properly?
Yeah, I actually haven't been, even on holiday. But on this trip, I've been to Egina with my parents, which was, really amazing. We hired electric bikes, which I would really recommend doing. Cycled to the other side of the island and then went to see the temple. Yeah, it was really cool.
Okay. Jet to holidays do not appreciate that you haven't been to Rhodes or Zakynthos so far, but okay.
You can save £50. That's the most
For a
amazing
family
part.
of 4, come on.
Okay, so you have gotten like a representative picture, let's say. But what about the people? How did you find the Greeks? The culture you're studying? How are the people here?
Mostly what I had expected. So I have 2 Greek tutors back at home who are Greek.
Okay.
But teaching me Greek. So, I get a bit of a flavour for Greek culture, but yeah, as I said, just a flavour. I made my first Greek friend actually on the plane on the way here, a woman who was sat next to me, and what they say about Greeks being very friendly is definitely true. It was, really nice. She's a lovely woman, about, 50 maybe. And yeah, we got talking, spoke for a good couple of hours. And have been in touch since. We've been planning to see each other, although it hasn't quite materialised yet. She actually lives in England. But yeah, Greeks, very friendly. Definitely very friendly. Also, another thing that I had been somewhat warned about and is definitely true is a very relaxed approach to timing. My tutor, if he says it starts at a certain time, it's always at least 5 minutes later. And that definitely has been the case. Maybe times it by 3, and that's about right.
At least 5 minutes? Like, that's
Oh
like,
my god!
wow.
5 minutes! Oh my god!
More like 50.
In Greece, we have this thing called the Akademaiko Tetarto.
The
You
academic
might have heard of it.
Quarter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the academic quarter, which means that you can be late by 15 minutes to everything.
And you're still on time. Like,
yes, it's considered being on
Oh,
time.
really? Okay,
Yes.
I'm bringing this back and telling my tutor about that.
Well, yeah, tell him exactly that, and I think he will understand.
In
Yeah.
England, we have quite the opposite rule. At school, if your teacher was more than 15 minutes late, then you were free to go home and not go to the lesson.
Interesting.
Interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
back in the day, I think that Britain was considered very efficient.
Yeah, the most
And,
punctual.
The most
place.
punctual
Yeah.
place. Now I'm not sure, but I think that they still keep it to some extent.
I mean, the comparison is so unfair. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. So it's true that
Okay.
the Brits are punctual.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's go to something that I am sure, it's we ask this question because it's super important in every podcast, but let's be real. Okay, like British food, like like
Oh no,
it's
not
just
not our forte.
it's just bad. I'm sorry. Like I'm not gonna ask you to compare it with Greek food.
It's
Like,
okay. You can just tell us about the Greek food.
Yeah, tell us about the Greek food. Like
We don't
it's,
need to
No,
compare.
hold on.
fish sticks
Let me
and-
fight my case for British food just really quickly.
Yeah.
Fish and chips. Come on. That is unbeatable. Sunday roast. Again. It's amazing. Culture. I mean, yeah, taste sensation. Okay. All right. I'll admit.
Beans as well.
Yeah, baked beans on toast is a classic. You're missing out big time here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
okay, I will admit the food is so much better here. Honestly, night and day. It is incredible.
I mean, we try to love everyone equally, but
Some things are just too ridiculous to pretend, like it's yeah.
and it's not just that they eat beans; they eat canned beans, like,
For breakfast.
and they want to do it. Like, it's not that someone forced them or that their parents are like, "Oh, you have to eat that because you will grow up and stuff." Like, it's like a British person wakes up and they're like, "Okay, I'm gonna buy a can of beans. That's what I'm gonna do." Yeah.
But have you tried it?
I've
Beans
tried
in general, yes.
beans
Like
from
no,
the
no,
can.
no, no, no. Heinz baked beans. Because you cannot knock
maybe
it until
this
you try it.
specific one, no.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
just you wait. You're
But-
going to be a convert.
Okay.
I cannot explain why this scarcity culture. Like, okay, like Britain was always like the most, for the most part of its history, was a very prosperous country. So I cannot understand like this whole, scarcity culture in food. Like it's still like World War II or something. You're eating food like there is, rations or something,
Yeah, I know. I think we like to pretend we have some form of hardship.
like
So,
austerity.
yeah, I think it might be that.
Okay. Yeah, but there's no logical explanation. It's just
No, not really, not really.
Okay.
Beyond, people enjoy suffering inherently, so we like to choose our food to channel that into.
Yeah, I've heard that it's very common in Britain to like start a conversation about like hating on the weather and stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Is this
we've
true?
got good reason to hate on the weather. Yeah, that's got to be number one conversation starter. It's,
Yeah.
Oh, it's so rainy today.
Yeah, but
so
I'm asking
cold."
because like, okay, after some amount of time of being British, don't you get used to it?
The weather
Yeah.
or the conversations.
The weather.
Both.
Yeah.
The conversations never get boring. I could talk about the weather all day, every day. The
Oh my
weather
God.
itself, though, no, you never really adjust. I mean, it is the same every day. You get out of bed, you leave the house, and you're just drenched within about 5 minutes. You're never really warm, just kind of cold to the bone. It never really gets better. Yeah, you don't get used to it.
Damn.
Okay.
Hmm.
There's nothing positive about it. Like,
Okay,
What
okay.
positive things do you want me to say about the English weather?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
true.
fair-
That's
fair
true.
enough.
Let's
Like,
go back
okay.
to food.
Let's
or
continue.
Not English food.
Okay. So what about like the nightlife in Athens? Have you been to any clubs and stuff? And what about back in England?
Yeah, they are two different worlds, basically. Nightlife in Athens versus, well, certainly in Oxford. In Oxford, we have two clubs in the whole city, and they aren't even open every night of the week. People go to the club probably from about 10. Most people get there at 11. And we're all home by about 2 or 3. So it's very different. They're all kind of small little basements. It's just terrible. I have been loving the clubbing out here. The nightlife is so good. I will say I'm not used to it starting all so late. That's one thing. I don't know why you don't just want to get out there, get it done, get to bed early, and then you can get on with your next day.
You know, I think it's because like the parties usually starts later than when it starts. So everyone expects that if I go early, I'll have to sit there by myself with a few people and the music won't be very strong and stuff. So everyone wants to go when the party is good, so they go later. And when everyone does that, the club opens later. And so slowly but surely we reach the point where people go to the club at 2. or 3. So yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda. So I mean, this is why Britain has problems. Like they don't.
This is why we have problems, because
Yes,
of our clubbing culture.
exactly.
It all comes back to the clubbing culture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Please elaborate.
Yeah, like
What do you mean?
I want to hear how this is going to tie
if
back.
people don't entertain themselves properly, that's this like alongside the weather, like it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an interesting perspective.
Approach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. So,
All right. So we had this question, and it's a very important question, and we're very interested. What about the Queen? What about the Queen culture?
I can't believe you brought this up actually on the podcast. This is really triggering for me. God, I just miss Lizzie.
So much.
I just
Lilibet.
really miss her. Okay.
We'll have to make a pause. No.
Actually, yeah.
We'll need a break. You wait.
She just collapsed.
I don't know if you heard that, but that was her falling down.
Okay, yeah. Tell us about the day that Lilibet.
Yeah. It was
yeah.
it was just a really terrible day. I mean, yeah, I was at school just trying to get on with my lesson, and then the teacher interrupted the lesson to make an announcement, and the looks on everyone's faces, our jaws all dropped. Some burst into tears on the spot. It was terrible, and we didn't really emotionally recover. I don't think we even have now emotionally recovered from that.
Or ever, like
Yeah,
probably ever.
I can't see
like,
it happening.
Maybe when Charles dies, like when.
Yeah, a
like,
bit of consolidation of the really bad thing. That's gotta go. That's gotta go.
Right now, she has tears and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's very hard for her to speak. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so like really though, how is it to? Because other countries have kings and queens, but in England,
It's like
in the
it's
UK,
It's a proper monarchy.
it's
it's like a core belief. Like it's.
yes, and I think you learn about them much more than you would in other countries with a monarchy. They communicate a lot about what they do and stuff, right? They have a huge public persona.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely a big part of our culture. I'll probably refrain from commenting too much on my disdain or support of it, because it gets
No,
pretty.
we don't want a political.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
judgment.
Just like
just
how is it?
How it is like
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
everyday life or whatever.
It's great. I think it's fairly relevant. When I scroll on Instagram Reels, I often see AI videos of the late Queen Elizabeth with a Jamaican accent making a public speech, and that's very uplifting. Big part of our culture. I think pretty much all we have going for us as far as a tourist attraction. So, it's something. It's definitely something.
Okay.
And isn't like the king or queen's birthday like a celebration?
Like a bank holiday or.
Yeah, something like that. No.
I don't think the birthdays are. Maybe if it were like.
Maybe the coronation.
Yeah, coronation
okay.
might be. I don't think we really care about their birthdays.
Yeah. Charles was born again 74 years after his original birth.
Incredible.
During the coronation.
All right.
Okay. So I mean, I think that we are going towards the last two main questions. So, okay, you compared like a lot, like life in Athens and Oxford, but like, how would you compare universities? Is Pantheon better than Oxford? Like for like, I'm gonna collapse. Like, but it's true. Tell us. Like,
Okay, legitimately, there are ways in which I actually think Pantheon has some advantages. Okay, let me stop laughing.
Tell us.
I'm being serious here.
Our university is gonna love this podcast. Like I'm sure. Like
Honestly, okay. What I will say is, as I said earlier, I'm not studying loads here, but the courses that I do take have been very rewarding, particularly the digital literacy one, or whatever. And that's all. I don't know. Our professor, really encourages being creative, which is something I actually think Oxford. Well, they'll probably say they do value it, but I don't know. It's all quite regimented there, especially the way I study philosophy. It's all like a very analytical approach, which is not how you should study quite a few philosophers. But yeah, the creativity that is encouraged here is genuinely really impressive and different from Oxford, and something I definitely value. So yeah, it's kind of got my creative brain working again, which I've been appreciating.
okay, so
Are they going to
Oxford equals Pantheon, or
yeah,
is it
Pantheon going to
better?
pay me for that? Or
Okay, yeah.
okay.
Like
And also,
propaganda.
of course, the Pantheon dorms are amazing, right? That's a huge advantage.
Huge. Yeah, like they are under construction. They will be better than Oxford dorms soon.
Anyway, so another thing that we're interested in, and maybe especially right now,
Post Brexit.
yeah, post Brexit, about the cost of living and like housing. How is it in the UK? Do you have to work together with studying
Also
university?
student loans as well.
Yeah, also that, because like many other countries in Europe, they have free universities, or like it's not such a big thing. But in the UK, if I'm not wrong, you do pay tuitions.
yeah.
And also, what about housing generally?
Yeah, well, in the UK, cost of living is a huge problem. And yeah, as you say, you do pay for university. So student loans, of course, they give you loans, but often they don't cover everything that you need them to cover. And even if they do, then you're paying back the loans for years. Some people, in fact, I don't know what the statistic is, but a huge proportion don't ever pay it back. They do strike them off eventually, but basically you're living with debt the second you come out of education, which is pretty crazy. And yeah, the housing situation is definitely not great. It depends on what city you're in, but yeah, most big cities nowadays, really not great. You asked if you have to work alongside studying. That depends on your student loan, on your particular circumstance. I know Oxford doesn't take a very good approach to this. They don't really let you work. So we have a rule where you're not allowed a job unless you're working for the university, which is kind of crazy. But because you have to devote all of your time to your studying, and they think you cannot possibly balance it. I think
too much classism here. Like what?
it's really bad. I mean, they would probably let you get away with, I don't know, a weekend job or something. But the second it starts affecting your grades, yeah, that's got to go. I will say, actually, it's not all hate for Oxford. They do support you financially if you need it. So we are lucky in that respect. It's a very wealthy university, and they do put the money to good use if it's needed.
All right, and what about like here? Was it easy for you to find a house, and would you consider, let's say, groceries to be expensive or not?
It was relatively easy to find a house, thankfully. I went on Spitogatos.
Yeah.
which was good.
The house cat. Yeah.
And found a really great place, which I'm really happy with. But obviously I couldn't be here in person to look at it, which I didn't really communicate very effectively to my landlord when we were trying to make an arrangement. And so I said I was going to meet him at 7 p.m. that day or something. And I failed to say online. And so he turned up to this place and he texted me going, "Where are you?" I said, "Oh, I forgot to say I'm in England. Can we FaceTime?" So then we did a little FaceTime. He showed me around. But that was all very straightforward, actually. Groceries and how expensive they are. I mean, it's much cheaper than in England. And yeah, I went to the Laiki for the first time last week.
Yeah, the farmer's market.
Yeah.
Cultural shock.
Yeah, it was. It really was. Really enjoyable experience. And yeah, vegetables very cheap there. So
Yeah.
groceries
And fresh.
yeah. Groceries, yeah, delicious and cheaper here than in England.
All right.
Okay, so all in all, would you consider living here? Yes or no?
Yes, I would consider it.
Really?
I would. I definitely
Okay.
would. Because I think Greece...
Because of the weather.
Yeah, like
yeah, let me escape.
also a better passport post Brexit. So
Yeah. No, I think Greece really does have its strengths, and you get a lot of things right that I think we get wrong in England and approach to life. I think we are possibly slightly too wrapped up in a corporate culture nowadays. The Greeks take a fairly relaxed approach in some ways. Like, for example, if you go for a coffee, you're not going for a corporate coffee chat that will last about 15 minutes. You're going to spend quite a few hours with your friends talking. Yeah, the pace of life is nice here, and as I say, yeah, I think you get a good balance, right, of enjoyment versus working hard. Having said that, I think it might be in my bones that I'm just like a bit too uptight to live here, to be honest, like a bit too...
yeah, also like my point would be like with a British salary, not a Greek salary, living in Greece, like with a...
Yeah, but we
Exactly.
recently, I think we were voted as the best country for digital nomads or something, or
Yep.
retirees, something like
Yeah,
that.
sounds real.
Yeah,
Sounds real.
From some kind of all those weird rankings that go out. Yeah,
Although
so
that's, I mean, digital nomads are quite a problematic thing, which I'm not sure I would want to be a part of.
sure,
Still,
but
it's a solution. Like, I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
Yeah,
yeah.
sure.
yeah,
I
the
agree.
government is really trying to promote that people moving from other countries to Greece and like settling to I don't know. Yeah,
A part of the demographic solution,
maybe
or
or not.
the economy solution, but yeah. So that was it. Like,
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, we did.
We explored like an Atlantic country out of Europe. Like,
Yeah, like so different. You know, like for the first time in this podcast, we went outside of
Yeah.
Europe.
Stop, we're
Incredible.
still in Europe. We're still in Europe.
Yeah,
Let
but
us
like
in.
you will be back when you win the Euros. Oof, oof. Next time, third time is the charm. Third time is
it's
the
gonna
charm.
happen.
Yeah, you've pushed enough. The
Something's gotta give.
the lionesses have won.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the lions.
Come
as
on,
well.
boys. Time to show up.
Yep. Yeah. So
All right.
after this roast, we should say that we love Britain. Like Greece was always pro-British, so
Yeah.
we should stress that. For the UK people that will listen to
Yeah,
us.
we love you.
And
We
it's
have no
mutual.
problem.
It's mutual. We love coming to Mykonos for holiday.
Just be sure not to drink so much that you faint, and
Yeah.
then like we have a problem with
Yeah,
British tourists
preferably
drinking too much in the coasts, and then ending up in various weird positions, maybe missing parts of their body. I don't know. Please, like, okay, after 10 beers, it's okay, I think.
Yeah, it's a good cup. It's a good cup.
Yeah.
But that was it.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
It was our pleasure to have you as well. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share it to your friends, send it everywhere.
Okay, and goodbye in British English now.
Toodaloo, chaps.
Amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. That is terrible.
Perfect.